chapter 17. So much is happening. Got Elijah proclaims a drought. Now remember, before this, it was more focused on the kings and what they were doing. Now this whole chapter is about a prophet, about Elijah and the things he's doing. And it starts off with, and Elijah the testifier of the inhabitants of Gilead said to Ahab, as the Lord God of Israel lives, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain these years except at my word. So for the first time, we're seeing there's a major drought. God is stopping the water, the rain coming. Remember, this rain is what gives them the harvest, the seeds, the crops. This is what they have substance for before. Because remember, some of these people, they're praising Baal, they're praising Asherah because they have these gods of fertility and trying to say, oh, they'll fight, they'll help them with their crops. And they're praising all these other gods because of how much power they put in their fertility and their grounds, and they want their gods to help them be fertile. But God is shutting the rain. God is showing them who is God. Because you have to remember one thing, even back in Judges, they were told to put away all these false Baals and false gods. But we see back in the last chapter, King Ahab, it says here, now Ahab married Nebat, that he took as a wife Jezebel, the daughter of Ephabal, king of the Sidonians, and he went and served Baal and worshipped him. Then he set up an altar for Baal in the temple of Baal. He set up a house. Before this, some of them were only like making altars, but we see here Ahab is making a whole house of Baal and an altar in the house. He's taking things to the next level of wickedness. So God has had enough. He's going to show them who is in charge of this world, who's in charge of the rain. Because they're praying to these people thinking, yeah, they're in charge of all this, but he's shutting down the rain. It's amazing. We see here actually some other details about, it also says in the last chapter, he made groves. He made a grove. They say here a grove, Asherah, was the name of the chief female deity worshipped in ancient Syria, Phoenicia, and Canaan. The Phoenicians called it Astarte. The Assyrians worshipped it as Ishtar, and the Philistines had a temple of Asherah. And even remember, we got King in the other chapter, was it 15? King Isa, one of the good things about him, he put his grandmother down because it said here, also he removed Micaiah, his grandmother, from being queen mother because she had made an obscene image of Asherah. And that's in Judah. King Isa was trying to get rid of those high places there, including his grandmother, what she had done. But in here, Judah, so in here, Israel, they're even worse. They've got so much going on with their Baal gods and their Asherah groves and all these things going on. But we see later on, it shows even while Elijah and his drought, God will provide. God will provide for people connected to Elijah. We see later, it talks about Elijah and the widow. And the word of the Lord came to him, saying, arise, go to Zarephath, which belongs to Sidon, and dwell there. See, I've commanded the widow there to provide for you. And he's spending time with her, but later on, her son is like losing breath and is going to die. They said, now it happened after these things that the son of the woman who owned the house became sick, and his sickness was so serious that there was no breath left in him. So she said to Elijah, what have I to do with you, O man of God? Have you come to me to bring my sin to remembrance? What I saw with this, because even before this, actually, there was a miracle. She didn't have enough food or to make cakes and stuff. And he said, no, go and do it, and there'll be enough. And she believed and done it. But later on, after Elijah brings back a child, Elijah took the child and brought him down from the upper room into the house and gave him to the mother. And Elijah said, see, your son lives. Then the woman said to Elijah, now by this I know that you are a man of God, and that the word of the Lord is in your mouth. So what I see is sometimes people will be following you, following commandments, following certain things, but they don't really believe. They don't really believe in the word. They just follow the instruction. But do they actually believe? It took all these signs for her to actually now believe, yes, actually, this man is of God. But before she was scared, like, what's going on? She's helping this person and now things are dying. Because you can see Elijah told her to make the cakes when she didn't have enough. She obeyed. But since she not fully believed, even though she was obeying. And then later on, people, and they think it's God punishing them, when it's fact, it's through this faith, your faith will increase. So while she thought she was being punished for being like her sins have been remembered because she was a man of God, or she's self-punished, it's through this that her faith actually be increased. Through this that she'll know actually God is with her. God was there when her son was sick and can restore her son. Like when we go through troubling times, we might not think that we can come through, but God is actually strengthening us through these times. And don't forget these Israel people, the other gods, they were commanded to be sanctified. God set them apart. God made them holy, and they need to stay. Jude 1 says, keep yourselves in the love of God. Keep yourselves in the love of God. Stay away from these Baals and these Asherah. Keep yourselves in the love of God. God has set you apart, sanctified you. Observe what you need to observe and stay focused on the Lord.